Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Stand Together. Jump on, say good morning. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. I'm so loving going back and seeing everybody and replying to all your comments over the last couple of days to see how many of you are watching this and sharing this and spreading the love and the messages around to everybody. It's such a critically important time right now. So it's really cool to see who's jumping on right now. Jump on and say hi so I can see who's jumping on. Who is getting involved? Hey, Sam. Hey, Nick. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Mia. Hey, Mel. Who else is jumping on and getting involved? Hey, Alicia. Hey, Jen. Jump on and say hi. Give me a good morning. If your handle is different to your name, make sure you let me know your name as well, because I'd love to say hi to you with your name. Hey, Nelly. Hey, Beck. Jump on. Say good morning. Good morning to you, Mariana. Andy, jump on. Good morning, Boris. Hey, Mel. Morning. Jump on. Jump on. Jump on. Good morning, everybody. Hey, jump on. Good morning. Good to see you guys. Julie, good to see you. Hey, good to see Naomi. Good morning, Richard. How are you all? Jump on. Say good morning, hey. Jump on and say hi. Say good morning. Welcome to another Stand Together. VJ, good to see you. Hey, listen, today, hey, Colin, hey, how you doing, buddy? Hey, listen, today, another Stand Together. It's going to be a really important one for us as well. And then again, I'm going to do some questions for everybody at the end of this. I hope you're really enjoying this. I'm trying to do this right now for you because I know that everyone's going through some challenge right now. And I want to let you know that you don't have to go through that challenge by yourself. We're going to stand together as we go through this. And if there's a few things you're learning, if there's a few things you're implementing, that's really what I want you to be able to focus on right now. And listen, today's message is a real clear one, and it's really a message for you. Yesterday, they've announced in Melbourne that they're going to be extending the lockdown. So those who are in Melbourne are aware they're going to be extending lockdowns for the next 2 weeks. Sydney are getting harder on their lockdowns and just imposing more restrictions and rules. Darwin has just seen, a little spike over there, and they're going to lockdown for a little bit. We've seen ACT. So listen, one of the things I wanted to let you know about today and speak to you about today is what we can focus on right now, right? What we can focus on right now is controlling what's controllable and really focusing on that message. Because there's so much happening right now in the world, let alone here in Australia, let alone in your state. There's so many things that are going on right now. I know it's challenging for a lot of people. But what I'd say to you is control what you can control right now, right? What can you actually physically, mentally control right now? What are the things that are happening in your world that you can control right now? Because there's a lot of things that we cannot control. You know, we don't run the government. We don't run the vaccine rollout. We don't run the testing and measuring of it. We don't run the global policy on things. And just control what you can is what I want to let you know about today. And if you're finding yourself falling back into bad habits or just getting into things that are not serving you, you just got to start picking yourself up on that. Like I got asked the other day, I was seeing my chiropractor actually, and he said to me, how do you stay so positive? This is like the 7th lockdown. You've got to run all your businesses, plus you help so many people. And I said to him, I stay positive because I just control me first. I can't control anything else. And I said to him, I just choose not to hop on that ride. And he said to me, what do you mean? I said, look, I realized something a long time ago that sometimes when things are going wrong, people choose to hop on the merry-go-round. And they choose to go around in circles and in circles and in circles and in circles on the same subjects, the same things that don't serve anyone, that's not getting anywhere. And for me, I just choose to hop off the merry-go-round. I just choose to not be on the same ride that's going in circles with everybody else in the greater world that's being frustrated by this. I just choose to hop off the ride. I take my bat, I take my ball, and I go elsewhere, right? And that's one of the things for me. I mean, yes, there's a lot of shitty things right now. I've got 44 entities, from fully owned entities to investments. And I still have to create plans of what I need to get done. But the difference is we stop looking at these things that are happening right now, we stop looking at those things and saying, oh, it's another challenge, there's another thing that's coming up, and just understand that this is life. You're just seeing a lot of twists and turns in a very short period of time that generally you see over a couple of years. You know, they make a law change, or they have different things happen around the world, but you're just seeing in a very short period of time all of these things. Like, if we're on a roller coaster right now, we're not on the part that goes like this and like this and like that. We're not that part. We're on the twists and turns, right? That's what we're on right now. But on all roller coasters, there's only a part where there's a twist and turn. But guess what? To be on the roller coaster, you have to choose to sit on the roller coaster. Get off the ride. Get off the merry-go-round. Get off the things that are not serving you, and focus on the things that you can control. What you can control is you can control yourself. You can control what time you get out of bed. You can control if you go out and you exercise, right? You can control, yes, you can't go to the gym. I get it. That's okay. You can still walk outside. You can still go for a run. You can still do the things you need to do. You can control if you go sit outside and get some work done. You can control if you learn to meditate. You can control if you start to look at your sleeping patterns and improve on that. You can control the food that goes in your mouth. You can control the thought that goes in your head. Listen to me. Get off the merry-go-round. Get off the thing that's not serving, that's going around. If you're finding yourself, and why I say merry-go-round is because if you find yourself going in circles over and over and over again, doing things that are not serving you, get off the fucking merry-go-round. If it's not serving you, step off it. Don't be a part of it. It's not helping you right now, right? Don't play that game. Control the things you can control. Listen to me. What are the things that you can do right now that you can control? I had a friend of mine a little while back, and one of the things he said to me, really wealthy, successful guy, he said to me, Aaron, you know what I do every morning? And I'm waiting for him to tell me, like drink fucking kale juice from the Himalayas or some shit like that, right? And he says to me, I make my bed. I'm like, oh, good on you. I'm like, this guy, I'm like, you probably have cleaners and stuff, and that's cool. You're allowed to if you're in that position. He's like, no, I do, but I make my bed. I said, cool. I said, why? He said, why do you tell me that? He said, well, I make my bed because what I do is I make my bed straight away, and I feel like I've accomplished something straight away by making my bed. And I look at that and I go, check, I've done one thing today, and it starts my day off. I'm like, okay. That's a cool thing. He starts his day off. He controls what he can. He makes his fucking bed. I'm like, good on you. That's a thing for him. That's how he starts his day. He's got that regimen of, I've done that thing. He's controlling what he can control. There are so many things that I'm pissed off about, that I'm shitty about, that I'm angry about, that I'm disappointed about, that are happening right now. There are so many things I want to cry, scream, laugh, and everything in between. But you know what? I don't choose to go on the merry-go-round. I choose to hop off it. And I choose to control the things in my world that I can control. Because I want to look back on this time in history and say that I did the best that I could do with the thoughts and the things in my disposal. That's what I want to be able to say. And I can only say that if I'm taking control now, in the moment, for the moment, and doing what needs to happen. Listen to me. These things that are happening right now are simply just plot twists. It's a saying we've got to say a lot now. Companies recently, we don't say pivots anymore. We say they're plot twists. And that's all it's about, because it's not about pivoting, right? Now it's about knowing that these things are just going to keep happening. And I remember when one of my business partners who said that to me, and credit to him, and I said to him, you're right, it's a plot twist. It's not a pivot, it's a plot twist. And we have to just start seeing this as the journey that it is. Normally we would be okay with all those things as plot twists in our life if we weren't having them so back to back. I understand. In Melbourne, it's like our 6th or 7th lockdown. I get it. I understand. In Sydney, you haven't had as many lockdowns, but now you're in a really shitty lockdown with, hundreds and hundreds of people every single day. I understand. You're thinking, okay, what's going to happen? If you're in Queensland, like, are we going to go back in? Are we not? If you're in Darwin, you're like, why the fuck us? I get it. I understand. And even if you are thriving right now, or you are not thriving, if you are in a state that's open and running, but you can't do as much business in the other state, whatever it may be, everyone's affected in some way, but you've got to choose to be on or off that merry-go-round. And I will tell you this, if you are in a business that's booming right now, we're doing really well, make hay while the sun shines, and go hard and create the results. Get the land you need, right? Step up and start taking the land that you can right now. Things are going really well. Start to drive the results you've got. And if you're in a challenger position the other way around and things aren't going to plan to what you want to do right now, then you know what? All you need to do is control what you can. Control what you can. And thank goodness that we live in a country at least that have some level of support. And yes, am I annoyed that they have the level of support has changed what it was last time? Of course. You know, JobKeeper was better for a lot of people before, and you only had to have a 30% turnover reduction. Yes, all those things are shitty, but unless you are best friends with Dan Andrews or best mates with Scott Morrison and you have some kind of pull to go and change those strings, get off the fucking merry-go-round and focus on what you can control. So having the same conversations every day with the people around you about the same things that are not going to be changing. Focus on the things that you can control right now. Start winning the things that you can control right now in yourself and also in your business right now. Control those things. Control the things. Like some things suck, yes. I mean, it's, you know, if you're homeschooling, that's not fun for some people, right? My daughter's being homeschooled and you know, you might say, oh, you know, it's okay for some kids. You know, she's doing okay. But if you add it all up, she's been homeschooled now for 8 months in the last year and a half. That's not fun for any kid. We know that. But you know what? Control what you can control. Control what you can control. And focus on those things. And stop hopping on the rides that are not serving you. The merry-go-round is not serving you. Get off the merry-go-round. Stop playing that game. Stop being involved. Don't let your mind wander into that and focus on the things you can control. Let me ask you a question. Have you done any gratitudes? Have you focused on that when you wake up and before you go to bed? Have you focused on affirmations? You don't even know what affirmations are. Have you focused on how you start your day right? Have you focused on getting better sleep if you need to? You focus on the things you can control right now. Design the day that you have right now. Focus on those things that you can control. And actually, for some of you, you've actually got one of my trainings, which is called Design a Day by Design. And if you do, make sure you're cracking that open and you're focusing on that right now, because that's a critical one, right? It's a critical audio training about how you can keep yourself and your focus, especially in these times. Get off the merry-go-round. Focus on the things that you can control. And overall, remember this, I want you to look back in a year from now, in 6 months from now, and I want you to look back and go, you know what, when everything's, where are we going to be? Where are we going to be? They're going to stay like this until we get to a vaccination rate that they're happy with. Let's call it 70, 80, 90%, whatever. Right? Then they're going to open up things more, less border closures, all that kind of stuff. And everyone's going to be able to go back to mostly what we're doing before. Masks they'll have to be there. Then they'll become optional like they are in most of the other states of America right now. People learn to live with it. They'll eventually stop counting the number of people that have it and start to count the number of people that have are hospitalized because of it, like they now and are doing in the UK. It's not. Look ahead. Look at the other countries of what's happening there. You'll see where we're going to be in Australia. And they're mostly open. They're mostly running. You know, they're mostly back to mostly normal. My sister and her husband and their kids live in London, and they're back to mostly normal for them now. And remember, when we'll look at the UK going, fuck, that's terrible right now. We'll be in a position soon like that. That means that we're going to be in a position where this won't always be like this. This too shall pass. Control what you can control right now. Get off the merry-go-round of things that are not serving you and focus on what you can right now. That's the message for me today. The message for me today is focusing on those things that you really can control, because that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. We need to control the things we can control and stop hopping on these things that are going in circles and circles that are not serving us in our mind and in our world, and focus on the things we can control. And there's so many things you can control. Let me tell you something. When you focus on the things that you can control, when you focus on those little elements, whether it is making the bed, whether it is washing the dishes, whether it is folding the clothes, whether it is making yourself a nice lunch instead of the rushed lunch you might have, or whatever it is may be for you, you will start to feel more control in your life. And when you start to feel more control in your life, you'll then start to move forward, as opposed to sitting in this neutral gear going, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, what's my next step, right? Control what you can control. I hope that makes sense to you. Listen, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear comments as well. And I'd love to hear some questions as well. So let me know. Let me know if you've got any questions right now. I'd love to know. So go ahead. in the comments below, go ahead and let me know if you've got any questions for today so far. I'd love to know what your questions are. Go ahead and then put it in there. I'd love to know what your questions may be. Jump in there and let me know. Let me know what your questions are, and let me know what you can control as well. Let me know some of the things that you're able to focus on right now. And let me know what you're doing. But hey, any questions? Well, it could be business questions. It could be life questions. It could be anything right now. That's why I'm here for you right now to do this and focusing on this. And listen, and again, just want to remind you, if you do have access to some of that stuff I teach around a day by design, this is the time you should be focusing on this every single day right now. Yeah, every single day. So focus on what you can. Get off the merry-go-round. It's not a fun ride. It's not serving you. And let's focus on the things that we really can. And let's just make sure that we're setting ourselves up to say that we're proud of how we acted, reacted, responded, and the results that we got in this challenging time. I hope that makes sense to you. Hey, let's get some questions. Business questions, live questions, whatever it may be. Go ahead and do that. Let's put that in there. Let me know what you're thinking right now. Hey, Pina, feel grateful to have the shift in our thinking every day. So meaningful. Yeah, absolutely is. Absolutely is. And in your industry, there's so many people that are sitting there, on the merry-go-round every day that don't, unfortunately, they're not watching this live, or they're not part of the Empire Circle or the things that we get to do. So it's, it's a challenge for some people. But, I think if people start to look outside of their own world right now and start to look for help, they're going to find people that they resonate with, whether it's a spiritual guide, whether it's a mentor or a coach or something that's going to help them. If you get, the old saying is, if you get in your head, you're dead. Some of you might have heard that saying. If you get in your head, you're dead. What that means is that the more you stay in here and just kind of going around this merry-go-round in your own head without going out there and speaking to someone and saying, okay, here's what's going on in my business, or here, what are your thoughts on it? What should I do here? If every time you get that out, it's actually a release, and then working out the jumbled up mess and then putting it back into your head of what needs to get done. I mean, that's a critical part right now. So you've got to be seeking people that can help you to do that, right? And this is the critical part, to be doing this right now, to focus on the things you can control and to make the things that are in front of you things you can really control, which is critical. Love it. Thank you so much, and thank you for the thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. Focus on your health. Yeah, I agree with you. Mel. I'm better health than I've ever been in my entire life, because and that's something that I've kept up. It's not gone down. I've always kept up those habits. I've always kept them up. Every day, small goals, big goals. Love it. Thank you so much. Love that. Other questions go, okay, George, what's your question? How do you knuckle down if you down and get specific tasks done when there's so much noise, staff asking questions, inbound, outbound, emails? Yeah. So George, one of the things when I meet business owners that are hectic because there's lots of things going on, one of the things I would say to you is you have to firstly stop and you have to reteach your team how to be able to work in their day and work with you. When you say staff keep asking you questions, there's a lot of inbound, outbound stuff, you're probably going to be like most smaller business owners or even medium-sized business owners, where they have to have their hand in every single pie. They have to be involved in everything. And if they say, oh, no, I don't have to be involved in that. Well, the reality is if your staff are asking you 50 questions a day, they feel like they can't make a decision without you approving it. And that's just what you've set up in your business. That's just the way the business works. Now, I understand that because I, George, am a recovering control freak, which means I can relapse at any moment, but I'm a recovering control freak. I know what you mean. So what you need to do is you need to reteach your team and to get really clear on the things that they can ask you about, things they need to, give them authority to be able to do the things in their job that they don't really need to ask you about, to give you that space to be able to do that. If you are really busy with inbound emails and calls and whatnot, well, inbound sounds good. So it means that you might have some sales and some opportunities happening. It sounds to me like you need to start bringing in a support team. So I don't know how big you are or how much revenue you've got in but look, for me, whenever you're a business owner, if you're a sales-driven business owner and you're a solopreneur, the very first hire you should be an admin person. If you're an admin-driven business owner, the very first hire you should be getting is more of a salesperson. And then you seesaw those things. You hire a salesperson, then an admin, and sales, and an admin. Now, when I say admin, I mean everything from customer service to deliverables to whatever it is that you do. Someone to bring in revenue, someone to be able to go and deliver. So front end, back end. You kind of seesaw your way up to bigger business. That's one of my strategies that I use. So for you, you've got to look at bringing some more people in, George, so you can focus on whatever your genius is, mate. You might be the creative, you might be the sales guy, you might be the deliverable guy, you might be the fun smiley face, you might be the I hate people, I just want to do the stuff in the background, whatever it may be. That's where you need to focus on for now. And then when I do run Empire, I hope you come to Empire Mastery. I'll help out with everything you've just said within 4 days, and they're going to be happening in the next month or so too. What other questions we got? Yeah, girls put lippy on ever. It's true, right? No, but even on that, if you like on lipstick or whatever it may be, listen, if that makes you feel better, honestly, if that makes you feel better, then yeah, get dressed up. Put on a shirt, put on a suit, go and put on lipstick, go and do your hair, go and get ready, get focused on your day. It makes you feel, it's why people do these things. It makes them feel better. And look, you should be doing some of that stuff for yourself anyway, not for other people. So do these things to look after yourself. I totally agree. I definitely share this approach with the community. I agree with you. If we can get this out there, go and help me share this message. Yeah, work on your health, Melissa. Without your health, you got fucking nothing. Put a bikini on your life board. You can do that, Mel. Go for it. Love that. Absolutely. It's critical. We've got to work on going deeper on this. We've got to work on our understanding of how we execute this on a daily basis and how we make sure that we're focusing on the things that we can control. We're not on the merry-go-round. We're just catch yourself if you find yourself in that merry-go-round going over and over the same thing like, oh my gosh, is this ever going to end? Oh no, what am I going to do now? Oh, now I have to do with this. Oh no, I'm not going to have as much income. Yeah, you know what? I know. And you've said those things over and over and over again, and sitting there on the merry-go-round is not going to get you anywhere. Merry-go-rounds go in circles. Spoiler alert. They go in circles. So if a merry-go-round is going in circles, how the fuck do you move forward in your life? Get off the merry-go-round and focus on what you can control and move forward. Can you make as much revenue as you normally would right now? For some of you, no. For some of you, yes. Right? That's okay. What can you control? When was the last time you went deep into your own education? When's the last time you found a coach or a mentor to help you? When's the last time you read a book cover to cover that was going to serve you? When's the last time you stopped and Googled around the different things that you can start eating to make you feel better? When's the last time you created a better routine for yourself where you logged onto a yoga class or a Pilates class or you found an online PT? There's so many things that you can do to be taking care of yourself right now. Or even if you want to just look after your health by learning to meditate. Right? Or going out and exercising or having a brisk walk every day, whatever it may be. Control what you can. Get off the merry-go-round. Don't fall into the trap that everybody else falls into, right? The trap of not knowing what that next thing is and what's that, like focus on the things you can control. Get off the merry-go-round. Stay in things like this. Like be around people that are focused on the things that they can focus on moving forward, right? Focus on those things. Be around people that are focused on the positivity and the growth and the opportunity. Don't be focused around the people that are going to be all the naysays. Unless, yes, everyone gets shitty about everything, and I understand. I get it. But if you go in circles about that, again, the other day, a friend of mine said to me, oh, what about that family in Melbourne that had 100 people? I'm like, you know what? Yes, let's be honest. They're fucking idiots and they shouldn't have done that. And it's annoying. But I'm not going to sit here like they wanted to do and be annoyed about that for the next 25 years. They know they're idiots. They're fucking idiots. They're selfish. They should have thought about the greater world before they went and did stupid shit like that. But you know what? It doesn't mean you have to have that same thought in your head for the next week. If we have more case numbers, you'd have to have that same thought in your head for the next week. You have more lockdowns. You'd have to just focus on what you can control. Get off the merry-go-round of thoughts and feelings that are not serving you. Because when you look back on this time, I want you to say, I'm really fucking proud of what I did when all shit hit the fan in the world. That's what I want you to say. You're really proud of what you did. And you're not going to be able to say that unless you focus on the things that are in front of you right now. Unless you share good positivity. Are you going out there and sharing your thoughts? Are you going out there in a positive way? Are you trying to inspire the people that are around you? You know, one of my biggest things I like to do Yes, I'd love to share my thoughts and help you, but I love to create within you activation that you go out there and start to share things. You go out there and share to the people that need to learn. You go out there and share this video, share this message, whatever. Share something to go out there and let everybody know that this is what they need to be listening to, because I promise you, there are people out there that are challenged. I mean, you can look at the stats. The stats of everything bad are going up. The stats of everyone that feels like their life isn't worth living of every age is growing up. And it's fucking sad, right? Reach out to people and be there and share with them this same message that they need to hear. Because what they need to hear is exactly this. Control what you can control. Get off the fucking merry-go-round and be where you need to be. And focus on the things you need to focus on and control in your life. And go over, if you need to listen to this 4 times today, guess what? It's here. It's on this platform. It's on Instagram. It's on whatever platform you're watching on. Watch this thing. Whatever you need to do. And focus on the things you can control right now. Does that make sense? That's what this is about. That's what it's going to be about. You have to. This is important. We need to all step up because people fucking need us right now. Let me tell you, they need us right now. This world needs leaders. And let me be really clear with you. This world doesn't need major government leaders. It needs micro leaders. Us, in our community, you, me, everybody else, standing up and sharing what they know. Standing up and being where they need to be. And people that are willing to say, you know what? Get off the fucking merry-go-round. Control what you can control. Put a smile on your face. And if you really want to feel better, just go look at the world news and see how hard people really do have it in other countries right now. I mean, all I need to do is mention one country and you can see what's happening right now. You might be bitching, complaining about all the things that are happening here with the coronavirus. Well, imagine being one of those people that's running on the tarmac in Afghanistan, trying to hop on a plane to get away from all of the people that they're afraid of, that are taking away all their liberty and all their rights. So get some fucking perspective and focus on the things you can control. Get off the merry-go-round, focus on you, right? And be blessed every day that the challenges and the problems that you have right now, I promise you, every one of those people that are on that tarmac, they will trade all of your problems. Every one of them. Family, finances, right? Everything. They'll trade it all. They'll trade it all. Breathe that in, breathe that out, get on with your day. I've got some big business lessons for you tomorrow. But right now, focus on what you can. Get off the merry-go-round. And let's go out there and be leaders in our own community because everybody needs us. Not just me, they all need all of us. Let's just step up and go share this message and be one with what this message is and go and help others to be able to step into where they need to be right now. And be proud of what you've done in a challenging time, in a chapter which is going to be called COVID. In all of our bios, every bio for now until the end of Earth is going to have a chapter called COVID. We all know that. Much love to you all. Go kick some butt. Have an amazing day. And looking forward to seeing you guys share these messages out there and helping more people. See you tomorrow morning for another Stand Together. Bye.